Hi guys, I hope you're all well. Thought I'd make a little video for you all, and more for the people that haven't been around for as long as some of us. I saw this comment pinned in a live stream yesterday, and it became pretty clear that there's a lot of people out there that aren't aware of Laura's 17-year Adderall dependence, addiction, misuse, whatever you'd like to call it. So I think it's only fair, while Laura's rebuilding her empire, talking about other people's addictions, as she's always loved to do, that people are aware of her own addictions. Now, I was going to do commentary to this video, but I think it speaks for itself. But I'll just lay it out for you before you watch. And we'll just go with the facts. The facts are, coming from Laura, of course. We only know about this because Laura has told us. The facts are, Laura was a cocaine addict for 20 years. In 2008, she stopped using cocaine. And in 2008, she started using Adderall, given to her by her ex. The Adderall belonged to his 12-year-old son. When the son's Adderall wasn't available anymore, Laura researched the symptoms of ADHD, lied to medical professionals, and walked away with a 60 milligram a day prescription for Adderall. That is the highest amount you can be prescribed, generally. That was 17 years ago. You will hear Laura say that when she started taking Adderall, it was just like cocaine. You will hear Laura say that just like meth or coke, after a long time, the effects aren't there anymore. You just take it for the sake of taking it. That is called drug dependence. She is dependent on Adderall. Laura does not have ADHD. She will tell you she does, because in 2013, a psychiatrist she had to see for her custody case put in the report that she had moderate to extreme ADHD. She was thrilled by this. I mean, obviously he had noted that from her medical records. Laura does not have ADHD. Laura has always looked at Adderall as a weight loss drug, a way for her to be more motivated. She said before she loves her Adderall because it helps her not sleep. She does not like to sleep. Laura has been addicted to stimulants for nearly 40 years. In the 2000s, it was a thing. It was easy to go and get on ADHD medication. You yourself can look up the side effects of Adderall, misuse. Laura ticks a lot of the boxes, down to that terrible cotton mouth she has all the time, to emotional blunting, lack of empathy. We all know Laura got fired from a job for the lack of empathy. You will hear Laura talk about taking amphetamine and Adderall at the same time. Very dangerous. You shouldn't do that. It's actually illegal to have a prescription for both. So I think it's pretty rich that Laura likes to sit and talk about other people's addictions when she never really even addressed her cocaine addiction. She simply switched to Adderall, and 17 years later is still on her 60 milligrams a day. And they are the facts. And as Laura likes to say,
the facts are X, Y, and Z. If you can't accept the facts, that's not my fucking fault. But you better learn to accept the facts.
There was Valium in the 60s, Prozac in the 90s, and now the growing mother's little helper of choice is Adderall, a powerful and addictive drug normally used to help kids with attention deficit disorder.
If I recover, I've been off of cocaine for years. Last time I did cocaine was 2008. But I've been on Adderall since right around 2008. That's the only thing I do.
Over the last decade, an astonishing 750% increase in Adderall prescriptions for women between 26 and 39. Critics say clearly not all of these women need the drug.
My ex, the one psychopath, actually got me hooked on Adderall many, many years ago. And I took it and I felt good on it. And I was losing the weight from having a baby. So then, like, I forgot what happened, but he stopped getting them, or, you know, people wanted too much money for them. So he's like, go to a doctor and get them. I'm like, how am I going to get them? He's like, just move your legs a lot or whatever. Like, you know, shake them, act like you can't sit still. So I looked up all the signs. Okay.
We were stunned to find that there's a whole hidden ecosystem of websites dedicated to teaching people how to trick their doctors. Check this out. If you go to Yahoo and type in the words, "How do I get my doctor to prescribe Adderall?" you will literally get tens of millions of results. On some of these sites, you will find scripted lines that you can memorize and use with your doctor. According to one study, nearly a quarter of all adults who go to doctors seeking help for ADHD may be faking their symptoms.
Adderall helped me get through a lot of different things in my life, in my older life. And Brad actually got me hooked. My ex got me hooked on it. And he was like, oh, you got to try these. His 12-year-old son was on them. And so I took one and I was like, wow, this is good. It's like cocaine.
When you give Adderall to somebody who doesn't require it and they do not have ADD, in those patients, you will see almost like a cocaine-like effect. When you take Adderall, the dopamine is released. Eventually, this dopamine starts to run out. And when the dopamine starts to run out, there's a constant need to replenish it.
It says meth or Adderall. I don't think it's either one. I take Adderall every day, and I've been on it like 12 years. It doesn't mean I'm an addict. Kenneth says I have a problem. Kenneth, I don't have a problem. Could I live without them? Probably not. But they actually cured a couple of other problems that I did have. So it's actually done very well for me for the last 12 years, and I'll never stop using them. But
Really? I didn't know that.
yeah, Adderall is one of the most highly abused drugs out there. The problem is, though, when you take it for so long, it doesn't do anything anymore. Like, it helps you focus, but that whole, like, rush that you get when you first start taking it is gone. It's like doing meth. If you do meth for a long time, you don't get that high anymore. You're just doing it to do it. Same thing with cocaine. You just
That's with all, like, narcotics. Yeah.
You just do it to do it. You're not doing it because you're getting this great feeling anymore. You're just doing it because it's there.
Right.
Adderall, the generics, which is the only thing that's affordable if you don't have insurance, but the generic ones it's like hit or miss. You can get a good batch or you can get a shit batch, and it's horrible. Like, my doctor actually has a pharmacy in there, and I go there, but anytime I have to go to Walgreens or CVS, I cringe because I'm like, I don't even know if this is going to be a good batch or a bad batch, and it sucks.
Yeah.
And like Susan said, Adderall is abused by people who don't need it. The thing with me and Adderall, and I can't even believe I'm saying this live, but Adderall helped me get through bulimia and anorexia. And it was because of Adderall that was my saving grace after 20 years of bulimia. Granted, I wish I hadn't gained all the weight that I've gained, but it was my lifesaver to get me, or I probably would have never stopped being bulimic. And somebody had turned me on to Adderall and said, you know, instead of using other drugs like speed to not eat, or to, you know, it was like this roller coaster effect. You know, I'd get high so I wouldn't eat so I wouldn't throw up. And it was hard. It went on for 20 years. And then someone introduced me, my ex actually got me on Adderall. And all of a sudden I didn't do either. I didn't want to do drugs and I didn't want to throw up. Adderall helped me get through a lot of different things in my life, in my older life. And Brad actually got me hooked. My ex got me hooked on it. And he was like, oh, you got to try these. His 12-year-old son was on them. And so I took one and I was like, wow, this is good. It's like cocaine. During our custody fight, like, you know, we would take him from his son. I know, horrible. But then all of a sudden I went in and I like lied to his shrink and everything to get this script. And then when I was going to a custody fight, all of a sudden the shrink that I was seeing had wrote, you know, that I had moderate to severe ADD. And I was like, wow, although I'm thinking it, I really have it.
Tired. I just stopped eating, take my Adderall, works like a charm. Katrina, I take 60 milligram of Adderall every day for the last 10 years. I'm still gaining weight. So I know some of it has to do with being 48, but yeah, doesn't work for me. Yeah, I'm on 60 milligrams a day and it doesn't matter. I'm still gaining weight. How do I get 60? You know what? Funny story, Kyra, before I go. This is actually kind of funny. My ex, the one psychopath, actually got me hooked on Adderall many, many years ago. And I took it and I felt good on it. And I was losing the weight from having a baby. So then, like, I forgot what happened, but he stopped getting them, or, you know, people wanted too much money for them. So he's like, go to a doctor and get them. I'm like, how am I going to get them? He's like, just move your legs a lot or whatever. Like, you know, shake them, act like you can't sit still. So I looked up all the signs. Okay, get the prescription. Like 5 years later, when going through his custody fight, I start seeing a shrink because my lawyer said you need to see a shrink, whatever. So as we're going through the paperwork, as I'm looking at the paperwork that I had to give to my lawyer, he actually writes severe ADD or ADHD. I'm like, oh my God. See, I faked in the beginning and now I totally have it. So it was kind of funny. But yeah, Adderall makes me sick. I don't know how you guys can take it. I get nauseous. And really? No, I could not live without it. I did manifest my reality. No joke. It was just kind of funny though. But Adderall has been good for me. Adderall has stopped an eating disorder. Granted, I got fat, but it's really helped me in a lot of ways deal with some of my past problems. I'll leave it at that. Max Cover, you're a liar. I take 30 during the day. I mean, I can take 30. I can totally take 30. But it gets me through, like, if I'm running low or something. But 60, I pop 2 in the morning and I'm good to go. Okay. So right here, Ash says, CAC is not ADD or ADHD. That's an excuse for the Adderall. Ash, I didn't know you were my psychiatrist. I didn't know you were my psychologist. I don't know when you became studying me or when you feel you have a right to study me. But yeah, I was diagnosed with very bad. I don't have ADD, but I do have ADHD, and I was diagnosed as such. If I need to find the paperwork, I'll gladly show it to you, Ash. But last time I checked, you weren't my doctor. So making a false statement like that is kind of like telling me that I'm a drug addict and that I do things as a drug addict. That's actually illegal and it's defamation of character. Just saying. That's the first one. So next time anyone asks, Ash, I guess, became my psychiatrist. I personally, the ADHD, Adderall has done me fine for years. Years. I've been on it, 12 years already? Not a problem. The whole bullshit that, you don't eat on Adderall and you're going to get skinny. Yeah, I got skinny initially and then I gained it all and then some. So your body gets used to it. I love my Adderall. I have to see a new doctor Monday. I hope it does. That's what I'm saying. All these new laws are changing. That's why I went to phentermine. It's a lot easier to get. Get a new consultant. Tell them you don't have insurance. Cash rate, I know, but it's only for generic. What's phentermine? It's a stimulant like Adderall, but like as the doctor said yesterday, Adderall's here, phentermine's like here. It's not the same. But I want to lose weight, and Adderall is not helping me lose weight. It should, but as you guys know, it kind of wears off after a while. It doesn't do what it did in the beginning. So I figure if I change drugs, maybe it'll do what I need it to do, and then I can go back to Adderall. I got off Adderall because it's too much of a pain in the ass to get. Went on phentermine, because they're both stimulants. And no, my mom went through it at my age, and I definitely going through it. So I'm kind of took a phentermine and a 10 milligram of Adderall, and I'm sweating. You're not taking enough is all. I'm not sure. No, I just don't like it. I don't like downers. Even in high school, like we would do Quaaludes and shit, I just don't like downers. I don't like sleeping. If you haven't noticed, I don't like pot either. Well, I'm allergic to THC. But I don't know. I like being awake. Vicodin makes me itch too, you're right. You get used to Adderall's like anything. You get used to it.
Like at first you don't sleep and then you just get used to it. Do you ever sleep? I do sleep. What's up, Mama Beth? I do sleep, but not tonight. Today's start of vacation. I wonder if you had slept. Yeah, I slept till 12. I didn't take my Adderall till like 5. And then I just took another one at 2. So I'm good. I mean, right now I'm on name brand Adderall. It's supposed to make you not hungry. I'm fucking more hungry on this than I was on the generics. So yeah, I've gained more weight being on name brand than I had. And it says, oh, you're not going to eat. You don't sleep. You this, that. No, none of that. I mean, sleeping, yeah. But the rest of it, yeah, not true.
Cover.
Betty doesn't do drugs. All right, bet. Well, GG. Thanks for sharing that.
All right.
I'll retract me saying that she could be on meth.
I forgot about that when they came over here, but somebody came up to me and they were freaked out.
Or Adderall. I mean, shit, same shit at the end of the day, to be real with you.
It's really weird. And so maybe
I take 60 milligrams of Adderall daily for 15 years and my eyes don't bug out.
Facts. That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, Adderall's still terrible for you. How you done that for that long?
Tell you what?
How do you do Adderall for that long? Like actual, like need Adderall for that long? Oh, shit. God damn. All right. Well, shit. I'm just saying, like, Adderall, like, a lot of people do like the 30 milligram, like XLRs to like keep their attention, like actual to take them. But you said you take 60s?
60. But I also do generic, and it is like, you never know what you're getting. Like, and now there's like this shortage and we're getting shit.
Damn.
So people say to me, I don't know how you can be proud to be an addict, because I'm not going to be shamed by it. And you know what? Not being shamed by it is what kept me sober since 2008, because I'm not shamed by it.